Hi, it's Mrs. Nelson. Ever since our schools closed, I have been wondering and thinking about ways that we can be together while we're apart. And I've wondered, it's fun to read a story to you, but could we draw together? Could we make an origami character together? Could we build a craft together? How would we do that? And I have thought and I have wondered about that problem. How could I do this with the equipment that I have? I have a Chromebook and I have an inexpensive little webcam. You can see the cord right here. And I have the camera that's on my Chromebook. And I thought about this problem and thought. And what's it been? 5 weeks now, and I've still been thinking about this problem. When we walk our greyhound Molly, I talked to Mr. Nelson about this problem. How can we be together while we're apart, my students and I? And when I talk to my son Zach, who's really good at technology, I get ideas from him how we can do this. How could we draw together, Zach? And he had some ideas. It got to the point where once I was asleep at night, I would dream about how to solve this problem of being together while we're apart. So eventually, after I asked my question and I imagined all the possible ways that we could make this work, and I looked on the internet and I asked questions, I gathered up my materials and made 2 videos, and I'm sharing it with you today, both of these videos. Now, this is the video you watch first because this is going to introduce the book we're going to use to make something together while we're apart. And it's Ed Emberley's Big Green Drawing Book. Ed Emberley and later on his kids, I think his son and his daughter, published a bunch of these drawing books, and my kids and I used these when they were little because he's just so fun. He shows you how to draw things one step at a time. You just follow his instructions. You start with one little squiggle or one little line, and you go across and you follow and follow until at the end you've got this great drawing that maybe you couldn't have made on your own. There's one back here that I really like, and it's a good one to show you because it's all on one page. This one is a race car drawing. Let's get to the page, Mrs. Nelson. If you look, this one's a good way to explain how this works. You see the first, right there where my finger's trying to point? He tells you at the bottom of the little square what you're going to draw. We're going to draw 2 circles right there. And then you do that. You draw those 1, 2 circles. And then you move on to the next one. And he says, okay, this second one, we're going to draw 2 lines. And he puts those 2 lines in right there. And then there's a third one. We're going to make a forward C and a backward C. And if you look, there's your backward C, there's your forward C, and we're going to make 2 little circles. And he puts 2 little circles in there. As you follow round and round, he shows you exactly what you're adding to the picture each time. And they're all pretty easy things. And you add, and you add, and you keep going. But by the time you get done, look at that, you've got a race car. So what I thought we would do is to try drawing one of the pictures in here together. I decided, and I did practice a little bit, I decided maybe we would draw, can you see it? I thought we would draw this cat. So this happens to be on page 38 of Ed Emberley's Big Green Drawing Book. And when you go to the next video, have your pencil and paper ready because we're going to be together while we're apart and create this cat doodle, this cat drawing together. And then maybe there'll be a survey after, so you can let me know if it was hard to do, easy to do, if this is a good way for us to be together while we're apart, and maybe if you have any other ideas of things that we can do. Okay, go on to the next video, and I will talk to you soon.